Hello, I am Talking Owl, the storyteller. Today's story is a Japanese folk tale. Momotaro. The Peach Boy. The kind old couple. Long ago, in a peaceful village in Japan, there lived a kindly old man and his wife. They worked hard every day and were content with their simple life, yet one thing left them feeling lonely: they had no children to share their love with. They often wished for a child of their own, someone they could care for and raise, but as the years passed, they began to accept that their lives would be quiet and childless. The old man spent his days gathering wood in the mountains, while the old woman would go to the nearby river to wash clothes. Each day was the same as the last, but they did their best to find joy in small things, and they shared a close bond filled with kindness and laughter. The mysterious giant peach. One bright morning, the old woman went to the river as usual. She loved watching the water rush by, glistening in the sun. As she scrubbed clothes on the river stones, something unusual caught her eye. Floating down the river was an enormous peach, much bigger than any she had ever seen. "Oh my, what a surprise!" she exclaimed, wading into the water to retrieve the peach. It was so large that she had to use all her strength to lift it. Surely, this must be a gift from the gods. Excited, she carried the peach back up the hill to her small home, imagining the delicious treat it would make. She could hardly wait to show her husband the strange and wonderful peach she had found. The surprise. Birth of Momotaro. When the old man returned from the mountains and saw the peach, he was astonished. "Where did you find such a marvelous peach?" he asked. The old woman told him about finding it in the river, and they both agreed it must be a special gift. "Let's cut it open and see how it tastes," the old man said, his mouth watering in anticipation. But just as they were about to slice into the peach, something extraordinary happened. The peach split open on its own, and to their shock and delight, they found a tiny baby boy nestled inside. The baby looked up at them with a smile and spoke, "I have come to be your child. The gods sent me here to bring you happiness." The old couple was overjoyed. They had always dreamed of having a child, and now here he was, a miracle straight from a peach. They named him Momotaro, which means peach boy, and from that day on, they cherished him as if he were their own flesh and blood. Growing up strong and brave, Momotaro grew up quickly. By the time he was a young boy, he was already much stronger than others his age. His kindness and courage were even greater than his strength. He helped his parents with every task, carrying water, chopping wood, and even helping neighbors with their chores. Everyone in the village admired him. By the time he was a young man, Momotaro's strength became the talk of the village. People came from all around to see the remarkable boy who had come from a peach. But despite his strength, Momotaro was never proud or boastful. He was humble and kind, always willing to help those in need. One day, as he listened to the villagers talk, he heard troubling news about a group of Oni, fearsome ogres who lived on an island far away. These Oni had been attacking villages, stealing treasures, and terrifying the people. Momotaro felt a strong sense of duty rise within him. He could not sit by while innocent people suffered. The evil Oni. The Oni were known throughout the land for their terrifying appearance and ruthless behavior. They had horns on their heads, sharp claws, and skin as red or blue as the sea at sunset. They were feared by all and known to be impossible to defeat. Many had tried to stop them, but none had succeeded. The Oni would come ashore in great ships, breaking into villages to steal food, treasures, and anything they wanted. They left destruction in their path, and the villagers lived in fear, never knowing when the Oni might return. Momotaro listened to these stories and felt his heart fill with resolve. "I will go to Oni Island," he declared, "and put an end to their terror. I must protect those who cannot protect themselves." Preparing for the journey. When Momotaro told his parents about his plan, they were worried. "The Oni are powerful and cruel, my son," his mother said. "You must be careful." The old man nodded. "But if you are determined, we will help you prepare." He and his wife decided to make Momotaro some kibi dango, or millet dumplings, to give him strength for the journey. "These dumplings are made with all our love and prayers," his mother said, handing him a small bag filled with the special treats. "May they give you the courage and power you need." Momotaro bowed and hugged his parents tightly, thanking them for their kindness. With his kibi dango packed, he set off down the road, ready for the adventure that awaited him. Meeting the companions. As Momotaro walked along the path, he soon met a dog who growled and barked, blocking his way. The dog seemed curious but cautious. "Where are you going, young man?" the dog asked, eyeing him carefully. "And what is that delicious smell?" Momotaro smiled. "I am going to Oni Island to defeat the Oni. If you promise to help me, I will give you a kibi dango." The dog wagged his tail eagerly, delighted by the offer. "A dumpling for me? Of course. I will help you fight the Oni." Momotaro tossed the dog a dumpling, and after eating it, the dog felt his strength grow. Together, they continued down the road. A little while later, they came across a monkey who was leaping from tree to tree. The monkey smelled the dumplings and came down to investigate. "What brings you here, and may I have a taste of that lovely smelling food?" the monkey asked with a mischievous grin. Momotaro explained his mission and offered a dumpling if the monkey would join them. The monkey agreed happily, and after eating the dumpling, he felt strong and brave, ready to fight. Now there were 3 of them. Soon, they met a pheasant soaring high above. When it landed, it too smelled the delicious kibi dango and asked to join. Momotaro offered the pheasant a dumpling and told it of the journey to Oni Island. The pheasant ate the dumpling and felt its courage soar. With their strength and loyalty now combined, the 4 friends continued toward Oni Island, each one excited to face the challenge together. Arriving at Oni Island, after a long journey, they finally reached Oni Island. From a distance, they could see the Ona's fortress perched high on a rocky hill. It was surrounded by tall stone walls and guarded by fierce-looking Oni. Momotaro and his companions huddled together to make a plan. The pheasant suggested, "I will fly over the walls to see where the Oni are hiding. Once I find a way inside, I'll call for the monkey to climb the walls and open the gates." The monkey nodded. "And once the gates are open, the dog and Momotaro can charge in." With their plan in place, the pheasant flew over the wall, scouting the area. Soon, it found a small gate at the side of the fortress and signaled the monkey. The monkey leapt up, climbing the wall with ease, and slipped down to open the gate. When the gates swung open, Momotaro and the dog rushed inside. They had entered the Ona's lair, ready for battle. The battle with the Oni. Inside, they saw many Oni, all larger and more fearsome than they had imagined. The Oni were startled by the sudden intrusion but quickly prepared for a fight. The pheasant swooped down from above, pecking at the Ona's heads, causing confusion and distraction. The monkey darted around, scratching and clawing at the Oni, keeping them off balance. The dog barked fiercely, biting at their heels, while Momotaro stood at the center, ready to face the Oni leader. The leader of the Oni was a huge ogre with blue skin, sharp teeth, and fiery red eyes. He bellowed with anger, "Who dares to invade my fortress?" Momotaro stepped forward, unafraid. "I am Momotaro, and I have come to stop your evil deeds. You will no longer harm the people of my village." The Oni leader charged at him, but Momotaro was quick and agile. He dodged the Ona's attacks, using his strength and wit to outsmart him. With the help of his companions, they fought bravely, each one using their unique skills to weaken the Oni. After a long, fierce battle, the Oni leader fell to his knees, exhausted and defeated. He begged for mercy, promising never to harm anyone again. "Please, spare us," he cried. "We will return everything we stole and live peacefully from now on." Momotaro looked around and saw the other Oni, now cowering in fear. He decided to show mercy, believing that even these creatures could change. With the Oni defeated, Momotaro and his companions collected the treasures the Oni had stolen. They loaded as much as they could carry and began the journey back to the village. The news of their victory traveled ahead of them, and when they arrived, the villagers were overjoyed. Momotaro's parents welcomed him back with open arms, proud of his bravery. They celebrated with the entire village, and everyone cheered for Momotaro and his loyal companions. Conclusion. A happy life for all.
If you liked the video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe.